of people, a lot of life coaches, especially, and people in the personal development space. And I know asking for help is a big one for a lot of people. Like a lot of people find it really, really tough. I know even for me, when I really took my personal development seriously, I remember reading a book and it was like, I remember it was like step two, ask for help. And I'm like, nah, I'll leave that. That's for people that are really messed up. And so I'd love to know from from your perspective, what was your like lesson around asking for help? Like what did you was it an indirect message that you got? Was it a direct message that you got? Was it just something that you picked up and you just felt like pressure to have it together, therefore I can't ask for help? Like what was your experience around that?
Yeah, great question. I just think it was a whole bunch of different things. It was the way I was raised. I had the super mom who was trying to keep it all together. So then that is what I tried to emulate. And then my friends' moms, so you're conditioned. But then again, you become a mom, and then you see your friends and they look like they're surviving, and no one's talking about what's happening behind the scenes unless you have like those magical characters in your life that really got your back, and you feel like, my kid just had another accident up its back, and like I just can't clean one more of those, and like you're crying ugly tears, and this friend's there to support you. If you're lucky enough to have one of those people, that's great. But in general, asking for help is, I think just so hard because somehow along the way we've been conditioned to believe that asking for help is weakness. When I truly believe, like now, like hindsight, beautiful thing, step back and kind of gain the awareness and see what I see. Because I was one of those moms who never asked for help. I was a hero in my own right, nope, I got this, I can do this, who hasn't had a baby and who isn't doing this, even though I was falling apart, didn't ask for help. But now, hindsight, it's like, why didn't I ask for the help? And why was I embarrassed? At one point, we had someone come and live with us for a bit, an au pair, just because, again, we had a third baby and my husband very, very busy at work. And that even, I was embarrassed to talk about that because people were like, well, hang on, you're a stay-at-home mom. This is what you signed up for. You should be there, the master of all. So again, it's just that pressure, that constant mom guilt that you should be doing it. And if you're not doing it on your own, you're not as great as other people, as other moms. So yeah, I think it has a large part to do with conditioning. But asking for help, when I finally learned that tool, just that simple, help me, Mayday, like things are going on and I really need help, my life changed. Like I have, even the connections with people, admitting that and being vulnerable and saying, you know what, I'm struggling and I need 2 hours to myself. Can you come over and just take my kids out for a walk? Or my husband and I really need just some time to like go down and have a nice dinner. Would you mind just, coming to look after the kids just for a couple of hours? And again, it's just formed such beautiful connections in my life, just asking for help. We don't have to pretend we're perfect.
So good. I'd love for you to speak about like mom guilt and what that